Mema Oyakwaba Eba GC News, hot news all time, latest and hot news. And the promo. A year AG, Godfred and Richard Agyapong and Sammy a year Solomon Owusu on Okasama, a year movement for Ting, a year Alan Kojo Kyeremanteng, a party no what you say. Say good Monday, and I said Godfred and Résign and one that occupy a year Attorney General's office. Now what in Zimbabwe together. Now say never call in Sim now. Say no first time I over channels when I say we now subscribe ya. Miss say over subscribe and like no share video. We are say over click a the subscribe button no. Now our belly notification no. We understand video for be upload no also when sa ever can be. I feel we are now like video no my thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Now feel what share my offer for so na when you be na one share. Afriyie and Sammy. A year Solomon Owusu Okasama movement for change or in Sunday Gratuya watch say a year Godfred coming. Ubisase the law school. Normally we law school is a senior member of the bar now Okoshana Sena Utimi the money. I don't know who bisa. And never took us a year Akufo Addo the president. The chambers and our Okoye bonus. Oh, the whole Okoye Kushia money there. Not just say why I can't say Akufo Addo to unique cases. Not just say dubious speech. And the actual was for the unique case. And yet Solomon Owusu the ensemble to that. Now what you say the good Monday Nasa Godfred and Résign there and the occupy a Attorney General's office. Now rent it in Sunday now and after that. You're gonna catch it in Kuti and some good donor what they to the means.
And even the answers that were being provided by Japka should have told him. Because anything he said, the man replied by trying to get an understanding of what you meant. For instance, I cannot agree with what you are saying because if I do, then I will be making the life of someone miserable. I know how I've gone through. And indeed, if you have been tried on criminal charges before, I'm not too sure since 2022, Atto would have had the best of brains to be operating. I mean, knowing that one day you could go to court and you will never return. It's not an easy thing. So he realized that what he was doing was not good. And what makes it dangerous is the fact that, having said this, he was also showing the guy, advising him how to go and get a fake medical report. Is that what you people have been doing in court? We are going to come there because this legal profession, the reason why people are rushing to do law, we would expose it today. Now, this aside, I understand with the legal profession, and here I'm very happy B is here. When you are done with your law education, you go through privilege. Is that not the case? It's supposed to be apprenticeship. Is that not it? So you go and learn from a senior member of the bar. Where did Godfred do his pupillage? Why did he do it? President Akufo Addo's chamber. Is it the case? Is it the young ones learn from the elders? Is it the case that President Akufo Addo's so-called acclaimed victories in legal cases were done through these means? Now I'm used to football, match fixing in football. I have never heard of legal fixing. Fixing of legal procedure. So Godfred was trained by President Akufo Addo on how to win cases through dubious means. Now, Senator, to buttress this, your own Article 882 tells you that the Attorney General will do other things as suggested by the President. Is this business of trying to get an accused to side with an AG, was it sanctioned by the President? I mean, Senator, I am so saddened by what has taken place the last week. Because if you look at it from the angle that it is Atto that is on trial, and so you don't care, you may be laughing at the wrong side. who is now planning, sitting somewhere and planning that because Senator Nombo, you have been shaving your hair quarter like that, I have to get you incarcerated. Is that the way we want to live our lives? Is that how politics has been reduced to? That because the person does not side with you, we must get him out at all cost. And those that are also pushing that the Attorney General has not done anything wrong. If tomorrow, which I know tomorrow Alan is going to win by a landslide, if they don't know death, they must look at how sleeping is. Have you seen what is happening in South Africa? Have you seen what Zuma has done within the shortest possible time? Have you seen how the ANC now is eating a humble pie? So those that have been making all sort of statements, trying to ridicule Mr. Alachawati, they must have a second look. But the point really is, must it be the case that if tomorrow the MPP is so in power, the president of the day, together with his attorney general, must just prosecute people when they know that these people are innocent, but find ways and means to jail them? Is that the kind of politicking that they want us to do? And I was so surprised that the New Patriotic Party was bold enough to hold a press conference on this. Very surprised. Especially to be addressed by someone who is supposed to be a senior at the bar, Frank Davis. If someone is going down, must you go down with him? Because already Godfred has succeeded in going down with the deputy, who must be innocent in this case. When this man made this allegation in court, open court, that is Richard Japka, when he made the allegation in an open court, Godfred was sitting right there. And mind you, what brought him into the matter? It was not as though he, Godfred, was the one cross-examining Richard Japka. It was rather the counsel for the first accused, Wantameklo. Is that not the case? So he had no business to come in. But if you read the proceedings, he was interjecting, coming in occasionally, just to try to remind Richard Japka that, hey, you haven't forgotten the deal that we made on phone. Your answers are not helping my case. And that is how come at a point he said, you are just in here to defend an accused. When he himself as Japka is an accused. So it was not as though he was quiet in court, he was talking. So if there was anything that was not true about what Japka said, he would have replied it right there. The man did not reply him. He allowed it to be recorded, goes out, and you innocent Yebotia, who was somewhere, maybe, I don't know whether he was even in court, you are made to go and issue a press release saying that nothing of that sort had ever taken place, and that the ministry is only relying on this evidence in court. So now that it has turned out that indeed something of that sort took place, would it not be right if we were in we claim to be living in a civilized society, that Godfred together with Tia by this time would have resigned and handed themselves to the police for further investigations? That's why they don't need the state to act. They themselves, for the sake of posterity and their own profession. I'm not a lawyer. I don't eat from the court. But you people eat from the court. And with what has taken place, do you think I will have confidence in the court, in the legal system? Well, someone who is supposed to supervise justice, shun away from that. The Attorney General is supposed to be advising government, and for that matter, the president. Is that what it is? Under Godfred Yeboah's regime, they go to the extent of advising private entities. Go and check the advice they gave to Nguvu Mining and journalists on Adamu's case. When they were an interested party, they are using that office in a way and manner that would never resurrect the office again, bringing shame onto the office. Sana, the man has said, Japka, that this whole business of trying to prosecute Atto is the work of the president and the former finance minister. Have you heard him that? You know, he has rather actually yes, deposed to that, and he says he wants to be cross-examined on it. It's rather unfortunate that this whole case has to come and take the shine off or the light off the Senate brouhaha. You know, we were discussing the Senate matter, another gargantuan corruption. But this is also equally good, because here we are talking about fundamental human rights. That because Atto caused for the finance minister to be impeached, he believes he has to be jailed. How would he be jailed? That they have to get other accused person to testify against the Honorable Atto. Now I've been thinking the last 2 days that is it worth it to even be fighting for your country? Is it worth it? That because the man is only, and I'm even wondering the kind of opposition that is expected from people in opposition like myself and the movement to this government, we are not offering it. What at all has Atto said that is so injurious in this country? Go and check what J.H. Mensah were doing in the early days of our democracy. Then Jerry Rawlings would have imprisoned all of them. This more harassment, because you have criminal minds, small opposition to your efforts, and even with that, which bill was sent to this parliament that never got passed? The Akufo Addo's administration have gotten a field day. They don't get any opposition anywhere. If they want to introduce e-levy, they do it. If they want to build their cathedral, they do it. Even their own ministers, to the extent that the very minister that wants to get him incarcerated, his own veteran, he postponed it. This opposition allowed it. They passed all the bogus ministers when the Ghanaians were saying that do not approve them. They did it for them. So what sort of opposition is the minority leader offering that he has to be your target? Then the New Patriotic comes back and say the tape has been doctored. So for a tape to be doctored, it means the New Patriotic Party has the original. Is that not the case?
Yeah. And so please conclude on that note.
I was thinking that immediately they said the tape was doctored, they will play the original tape for us. And also explain to us whether or not they were there. Yeah. I would say that it's a bombshell. I am yet to hear what actually took place at the judge's house, because there too issues were discussed. But hey, I'm not those that are saying that the judge must not be drawn into this matter. The judge also must be drawn into this matter. Was he part of the meeting that took place in the house? And if he did indeed he took part in the meeting, in what capacity did he take part? Because the judge is not the counsel to the accused. But by Monday, if Godfred has not resigned, the lands and mining world Ghana, we will go and occupy the Attorney General's office. We cannot have Ministry of Justice occupied by people who are not sincere, who are not credible to occupy that office. And that it will be ungovernable for anyone unless he resign and resign honorably, so that the people of this country will begin to have some level of confidence in the judiciary.
You're waiting for waiting, and some year Solomon Owusu or the Tuja or Movement for Change along Kojo Kyeremanteng party, and some of their Tuja what you said by Monday, Nasa Godfred and resign there and Umbel to buy a Attorney General's office. Now what the assembly do now in Atuga. Because this news so and our channel so when you subscribe or message say over subscribe or no like it. Now watch the video no ama of so in now watch it. Also bit me actually working Afriyie and somewhere around and will comment boxing Mobati in my next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.